me in trouble, so I won't say it. Pull your phones out for me, put them on silent, or turn them off if you don't know how to put them on silent. If you're going to tune into the stream, which you're welcome to do, know that even if your phone's on silent, it's suddenly going to have volume. And you're going to hear me right next to your head and from the front, okay? So just watch that, make sure you're on silent, and we'll get cracking this morning. If you're watching and tuning in from around the country today, welcome to Super Saturday. It's our most exciting Saturday of every month. We only do it once a month, and it is our Recognition Saturday. We're going to spend this morning quickly running through what Dew Point is, because I know there's lots of guests here this morning, so that you know what we're talking about when we recognize people. And then in the second part of this morning, we're going to start looking at people who have succeeded just in the month of April. And that's quite important for you to remember. I've heard people say, but how come there were only like 20 people? I'm like, because that was just 1 month's worth of performers. We narrow it down. If we were to do every month, we'd be here all Saturday. Okay, so we do just the month before. We're going to look at just April, and May has been bananas. May has been absolutely bananas, so I think that next Super Saturday is going to be even bigger than this one. In fact, I know it will be. It's going to be absolutely awesome. So well done to all of you who have put in the hard work and are already on your road to wealth creation with us. And for the rest of you, today is the first day of the rest of your life. I make all sorts of statements that make guests feel very uncomfortable. I apologize in advance. Pumi, won't you lock the doors there? But I assure you that by the end of the presentation, you'll see that what I have said is truth. We are, as I mentioned to one of the chaps this morning, we're very frank here. Maybe we should have been called frank.net. I don't know if any of you remember that. Because we are very frank here. We are very serious about what we're doing. We've been doing it for a long time. You see, who's somebody streaming me? You see, I can hear me being streamed up front here. Oh, Mary. Mary's wanting to, because she's 94, she wants to hear it a bit closer than this. So she's got it right here. Good work. There we go. All righty. So we've been doing this now for the best part of 6.5 years. So we are in our 7th year of doing this. You may not have heard of us before, but that doesn't mean we went around. We are part of a large multi-billion rand insurance company called Constantia. You can go and look us up on the JSE. You can look up all of our licenses at the FSCA and elsewhere. For my sins, I have no less than 9 regulators that look after me. 9. I'm actually only 21. And I have 5 compliance officers that I have to report to. 5. How many of you report to 1 compliance officer? Yeah, I have 5 I have to report to. So I generally hate my life, but I do it all for you. I do it all for you. So if you have any questions, thanks. If you have any questions around the validity or justification or anything around Dew Point, please just put them aside. We have been doing this a long time, and we are really, we believe, the only viable income creation business in South Africa today for South Africans. We've proven it over time. We've proven the maths. We've proven the success amongst people. And this morning, we want to just start with you. We want to start that journey for you. I actually saw a great comment on our Facebook page this morning from a lady who says, "Where have you been my whole life?" And then she wrote, "Well, actually, if I'd heard about you earlier, I probably wouldn't have signed up." And that's so true, because for many people, timing is very important. There's that point in your life where you go, "I've realized that what I'm doing is dead end." How many of you are in dead end jobs? How many of you have got no career prospect going forward? I mean, and that's actually quite true. I have people who want to like dig their heels in on that. That's why I'm going to be CEO. No, you're not. I have not met a single person who told me they were going to be CEO and have managed to continue on that path. There are 35,000 of them in South Africa, 35,000 CEOs, and 64.3 million South Africans. And there's only 35,000 CEOs. You have more chance of dating 8 supermodels. That is a real statistic. Google it. It's a real one. That's right. And if you haven't started dating them, you got no chance of being a CEO. No chance. I think you got something like a chance of being struck by 4 lightning bolts before you'll be CEO. These are genuine statistics. Go look, Google them and say, what are my chances of being a CEO in South Africa? And these statistics come up. And then they say, alternatively, you'll be eaten 5 times by a shark. But, you know, it's something we have to settle on in South Africa. We have to settle on the fact that we are not going to succeed in the old-fashioned ways. We aren't. South Africa is no longer in a position economically to support a population of 64 million people in traditional employment. It's not there. How many people are working at the moment? 7.8 was the last statistic I heard at the budget speech at the beginning of this year. 7.8 million people out of 64. Now, not all 64 can work because there's kids and old people in there that don't want to work. So let's narrow it down. Let's say there's 24 million people, which I think is the actual figure. 24 million people that need jobs. And we have 7.8 million, decreasing at about 600,000 a year. So that means that next year there'll be 7.2. And then there'll be 6.6. And then there'll be 6. And what happens to those people? And every year, we're bringing in 700,000 matriculants. We're bringing them in. So we're losing 600,000 and we're adding 600,000 to the population. That's 1.2 million deficit per annum in jobs. And yet we still have people that come through the doors at DuPont and say, no, but just give me a job. Why? Why do you want a job that you will have lost in the next 5 years? It'll be gone, and you won't get it again. Why would you want that? And why would you want a job that just perpetuates poverty? How many of you have got rich off of your job? Well, you see the frankness is getting a bit real for a Saturday morning. I thought I was just coming out for a coffee. That's what they told me. They said, come out and get a free coffee. No, here's the reality. Even if you have a job now, you won't in the next 10 years, just statistically speaking. I know that's a generalization, but just statistically speaking, in the next 10 years, you will be unemployed. And you will have two choices. You will either have to become self-employed or leave the country. You will. Those are your two choices. How many of you will be able to start a major business that creates profit for you overnight? Maybe one or two people that I've met in 7 years. Maybe one or two. Everybody else is going to have to do something for themselves. And this is not just unique to South Africa. Right now, there is a global trend of individuals moving into self-employment. Is self-employment more risky than employment? Yes, because you're going to have to be responsible for the outcome, which you're not as an employee. This is why people want jobs. 0 responsibility and 0 work. You go to the job, you do just enough to get through your day and get your paycheck. That's not work. And so when you come to someone and say, I can fix your financial circumstances, but you're going to have to work, they go, no thanks. They'll tell you all sorts of things. Pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, network marketing, MLM, they'll throw all the terms at you when they should just say, you know what, I'm just not into work. If you could find me something where I don't have to work, I'll be with you. I'll come with you. That's what they should be saying. That's what they should be saying to you. And I know that. I deal with them even with my own peers. I had a peer of mine just the other day in my office going, oh, my word, my circumstances, my this, my that. And I said, I've got the solution for you. Oh, no, don't give me solutions. I just came here to be given money. Just give me. And that's something, unfortunately, we can't do anymore because there ain't no money left in South Africa to give. You know, otherwise they'd be keeping the lights on, you know. There's no money left to give. All right, now we have to make it ourselves. Now, what we do at DuPont is we don't only create income for South Africans, but we build assets. Now, the reason we do that is because we're actually trying to break the poverty cycle in South Africa. If we create an income like your job and you die, you leave nothing for your children. You created nothing with all the years and all the time you put in. Nothing. That's not what we wanted to do at DuPont. At DuPont, we wanted you to build an asset that would ultimately be passed on to your children. Your children could pick up the asset and could grow it further. They could hand it over to their children when they passed away, and so on and so on. This is how the wealthy have created wealth. You know how we always hate them? We're always blaming all of our problems on wealthy people. Okay? No. Wealthy people have often built their wealth over generations. And that is what we create at DuPont. And what we also wanted to create was a recurring income. So an income that's there every single month, no matter whether you can work on it, no matter whether you're sick or on holiday, the income must come in. That's not the case with you with employment. Just stop going to work for a month and see if your boss will pay you. Just don't go in for a month and see if he'll pay you. No, you're only paid for the months you work in. At DuPont, with the creation of an asset, you're able to start creating an income that's there no matter what you're doing every single month. That is why we call it wealth creation. We could have called it income creation, but that would have just been a job. That would have been selling little plastic buckies to people once a month. We wanted to have proper wealth creation which is recurring income between generations. And that's what we've done at DewPoint. How do we effectively do it? Well, we ask you to do two very simple tasks for us. The first task is we want you to tell everybody about DewPoint. Not our products, not that we're an insurance company, none of that. We just want you to tell people about our income creation tool. The system we created to build wealth for every South African. That's what we want you to tell people about. And what we want you to do then is just to show them a presentation like this. We've got thousands of them on YouTube, Facebook, and in our phone app that you can click a button 24 hours a day and tell people and connect people to DewPoint. You never talk to them about products. You're not selling anything to them. This is a difficult thing for most people to try and gather. I've done entire presentations before and had people say to me, but Brendan, what are we selling? When I said at least 3 times during the presentation, we're not selling. If you're absolutely desperate for a concept of what we're selling wealth. We're selling income creation. That's what you're going to talk to people about. That's your first task. The second task is build a team. Build a team of people who do the same thing. Get a whole bunch of people together that you know, that want to change their economic circumstances, that want to build a different kind of future, and get them to connect everybody they know to DewPoint and our presentations. Those are the two things we're going to do. And as a result, you'll build a team that looks very much like this. We actually mapped out our teams with a special piece of software we got from the US, and our teams look exactly like this. You can see how they look exactly like pyramids. Do you see the pyramid in there? Because that's what I'm accused of. Even this week, I was accused of running a pyramid scheme. And I thought, that's really amazing. Because brokerages look very much like this. Agencies look very much like this. Field sales teams look very much like this. That's what you're building at DewPoint. You're not building an Egyptian pyramid. You just aren't. What you're building is a team. And from that team, we then, as the insurance company, are able to do the rest of the work of creating the flow of income. How do we do that? Well, you've got to pay for products and services in DewPoint in order to create the income. But that's my job, not yours. Yours is simply to connect them to us. And then we take it from there and we facilitate the purchase of products and services. And as an insurance company, you know, all of our products are debit order driven. So that means that you're not chasing people to buy more every month. Some of you have been involved in that, where every month you've got to run back to the business, please buy more, please buy more. No, it's a single connection to us. And then we do the rest of the work, our systems do the rest of the work, and your income begins to flow in to us. So how much can you earn through this process? Well, any amount, really any amount. It's not determined by anything specifically, it's determined by your effort. How big a team you make, how many people you decide to connect. This morning, you're going to see how people were connecting in April. You're going to see how many people single individuals can do in a single month. You're going to see that through Super Saturday. So we have people here who'll go, I tried DewPoint, it didn't work. I'm like, really? Well, I've got another person who seems to just have no difficulty doing it at all. In fact, I've got tens of thousands of people that have no difficulty. So when you say to yourself later, I tried it, but it didn't work, it means you didn't work. It means you didn't work. You're not going to be able to get this right in 5 minutes. How many of you got anything right in 5 minutes? Any of you tried to learn a new instrument recently? Did you sit down and go, hey, to the teacher, if I don't know how to play like Mozart in the next 90 days, I quit? Did you say that to them? What about your job? When you joined your job, did you go to the boss on day one and say, if I'm not the CEO in the next 90 days, I quit? No. How come you do that here? You're already in your mind, you're going, okay, I'll try this, but if it doesn't work, it's not going to work if you try it. It's going to work if you do it. And that's going to take time. That's going to take, we say, on average, it's going to take you a year to actually be able to explain this business properly to someone. A year. Oh, already half of you are like, right, I'm out of here. How long did it take for you to learn anything? At least a year. At least a year. That doesn't mean you're not going to earn for a year with us. No, you'll start earning straight away. But you're not going to get to where you want to be, buying Porsches and Ferraris in the first 90 days. But you will get there ultimately. And as I've said, jump onto our Facebook page and YouTube channels, and you'll see people who are well ahead of you already, that are starting to benefit in that way already. But they've put years in. They've put years in. You can read the testimonies of some of them that took 3 years before they broke through, and others that took 3 months and then broke through. It'll depend on you, how much you earn. We know what the actual data is. We know what it is. We've been doing this for 6.5 years. We've got tens of thousands of people that have come before you that have earned. So I know what you can earn if you put your head down and do it. But you're going to decide, not me. You're going to decide what it is. Once you've decided, I can tell you how you earn at DewPoint. 2 ways that you earn. The first is through our returns program. This is the real one. This is the wealth one. This is the one I want you to remember. You're not going to remember it. You're going to remember the second one only. But this is the one you should remember, because this is the one that produces the real wealth for you. It is the recurring monthly income that you earn. What it says is that for every product payment in your qualified channel, you will earn 55 Rand per product from an individual you connected to us. Okay, now that's per product. We have multiple products at DewPoint, a whole list of them, and we're adding new ones all the time. And where individuals take more than one product, you're going to get more than 155 Rand every month they pay. Our products don't wear out. They don't run out. They're permanent products. You pay every month. They earn for you every single month. Question that always comes up, Pumi reminds me the whole time to say it. She's asked constantly, do I have to pay every month? I always find that quite surprising. Do we have to pay every month for electricity? Yes. Do you pay every month for your cell phone? So why do you ask that question? Of course you have to pay every month. This is real. Of course you have to pay every month. If you want the service or the product that you select, it's a payment every month, and it's a debit order, and it flows every month. So allocate in your budget. We're going to look at how much it costs. It costs nothing. It costs nothing. I actually checked the other day in Spa. A bottle of cooking oil does cost more than what it costs to be at DewPoint. It costs more to buy a bottle of cooking oil than it does to be a member at DewPoint. And if you say to the person who connected you this morning, I can't afford it, I'm giving permission to that wealth engineer to slap you. Because if you can't afford DewPoint, you can't afford cooking oil. So we know that that's nonsense. Cancel your DSTV subscription. You'll have plenty of money. Okay? Plenty of money to be with us. Wherever you are qualified in your channel, and that's just an explanation you can watch in our training, no matter how big your team is, you can earn on every point in your channel. You can have a team that's 100 points big, and you can earn on every single one of them in our channel. We do not limit your earnings. We do not put a ceiling over your heads. Everywhere that you are right now, there's a ceiling over your head. No matter what job or career you're in, you will only ever earn so much. At DewPoint, there's no ceiling. You will determine your own ceiling. We call it self-selection here at DewPoint. You do all your own self-selecting. You choose if you're in, you choose if you're out, and you choose how much you're going to earn. You will determine it. We won't. There is no limit to your potential at DewPoint. That means that any dream you ever had, you can and will achieve with DewPoint if you decide to. And we have examples of people who have already done it. Already done it. Before you'd even heard about us. Now you have to make that decision. The second way you earn with us, and the only one you'll remember today, is through our XP Rewards training program. Our XP Rewards training program is really just cherries on the cake. We use it to do 2 things for you. Firstly, to teach you. It's there to teach you how this business works, how to be a good wealth engineer, how to manage your wealth, how to prioritize and how to grow and how to understand the economy that we live in, as well as the tools we make available to you. Teach you everything. But the second thing that it does is it gives you milestones. It's not easy to build when you don't have set goals ahead of you. Our XP Rewards program gives you those goals in steps that are just the right size as you start growing with us. As you get the XP points for watching and doing the training, they're just points that measure your experience with us, and you grow your channel to specific sizes, we're going to give you titles, and we're going to give you rewards in our system. These are great. They make you feel good. They show others how you're progressing, because people go, these things don't work. I don't know what these things are because we're the only one doing this, but nonetheless, these things don't work. You can show them through our XP Rewards program how it's working for you. It's very vindicating. It's a lovely feeling to go to somebody who said these things don't work and you can show them how it is working. Okay, it's a wonderfully vindicating experience. And we reward you with all sorts of things. We start off by giving you cash because we know you need cash. That's the first thing we give new wealth engineers is money because that's what you need. And we have in our first 7 ranks or 8 ranks about 84,000 rands worth of cash just waiting for you to get it. And you'll see this morning a bunch of folk that have, for April, shared in that pot of cash just for the month of April. That can be you. $84,000 in just the first handful of ranks that you can move up through our training program. Then about a quarter of the way through the program, we start to add a third objective to the training program, and that is to actually teach you what wealth is. Because South Africans don't understand what wealth is. Most of the time, South Africans are afraid of it, or they believe it's for someone else. Those people over there, they can be wealthy. But even those people over there are generally rich, not wealthy. We see it all the time in South Africa. You guys see it in the papers? Suddenly a guy's got 15 cars. He was your neighbor a week ago, but now he has 15 cars. But it's all right because 12 months later he's your neighbor again. Do we not see that? All the time? Yeah, we see that all the time in South Africa. That's rich. Rich is temporary. It's always temporary, and you fall very fast from being rich. Wealthy is permanent. And we start to show you what the wealthy do, what it's like to live wealthy long before you are. At rank 9, you are not wealthy. At rank 9, you're earning 15 to 25,000 Rand a month. That's not wealthy. It's not bad, but it's not wealthy. But what we do now is we start to show you what it will be like when you are wealthy, so that you know that the effort is worth it. Why? Because this is an organization where you will have to work. Remember I told you, this is the work organization. And people go, but is it worth it? You know, people often ask me the question, how much do I earn? How much can I earn? That question is it worth it? Well, at Dew Point, we start to show you from a quarter of the way through the training program that it is worth it. We go away with you and your family for a week, business class, all expenses paid, to multiple locations. We go to a different spot every single year, so that you can see how wealthy people live. So when we started this business 6.5 years ago, I said, we're going to go to Mauritius. And they were like, oh, man, I've been to Mauritius. I've been with this other thing to Mauritius. No. And then we took them to Mauritius. And they went, that wasn't the same island that I had gone with everybody else. That just wasn't the same. No, we will take you where only the wealthy go, wherever we go. Now, we've been to Mauritius a few times, but we've been to other locations as well. And we've got a new location we're going to this year as well. So it's not just Mauritius, but everywhere we go, your experience that week will be like you've shifted planets, so that you can start to understand why it's worth doing the work with us at Dew Point, why it's worth putting years in, not days, weeks, or months, but years with us, and how we will change your future forever. And the beautiful thing about Dew Point is, because we're in our 7th year, I can show you. I don't have to make fake pictures off the internet and fake videos. I've seen all of this nonsense before. I can show you actual wealth engineers, many of which are sitting amongst you here this morning with their families, going to locations only the wealthy can afford, and getting to experience what their future will be like before they've even got there. Pumi, I'm going to totally put you on the spot here. I'm sorry, but I saw you there saying, welcome to my home. Come up here for a second, Pumi. Tell everybody, take your mask off. Come and tell everybody. Tell everybody about a moment that you've had on one of these trips where you felt like it was worth all the effort. Pumi's been with us now for 6 years. She's been on 6 trips with us.
Why are you doing this to me? Hi, everyone. Yeah, where do I start? All the trips have been amazing. It's not just, even if those ones that were down in South Africa, when we went to Cape Town. I thought I knew Cape Town, but that was something else. One thing that I like about Dewpoint, you don't just fly to any flight. You know, we love business class, helicopters. I've done under the sea walk. So there's so much activities that I've done with Dewpoint that I thought I will never do it even on my own. Yeah.
No, it's awesome. It's worth it. Is it worth it?
Absolutely. It's worth all the effort. It's worth all the 249. Can you imagine, even in a year, you have to collect those 249. They won't even pay for that trip in that current year.
No, absolutely.
So, yeah, it's worth every effort.
Pumi is going to be going on her 7th trip at the end of this year. It costs her 249 times 12 a year to go on these trips. Sure beats World Ventures. Oh, I wasn't meant to say that. Sorry. So it's around about 160 to 200,000 rand per couple that goes on these trips. So it's worth it. And that's a quarter of the way through the training program. A quarter of the way. And the wonderful thing about it is you don't have to re-qualify as a rank 9. So you don't re-qualify every year. Once you're a rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, we take you and your family away for the rest of your life. So I've asked this question many times before. I love it. I feel like has the least impact, and that's why I love about it, because it shocks me the most. How long would you be willing to work for an employer if the employer promised you that if you reached a certain milestone, he'd take you away on an overseas trip every year for the rest of your life with your family? I've said, yeah, there we go. I've asked the question before, would you be willing to work for 2 years or 3 years at Dewpoint if you knew that that was your future? And I've had a lot of people say, no. No, 90 days. That's all I give you. If I'm not ranked 9 in 90 days, I'm gone. Some of you will be saying that to yourself this morning. I can assure you in the next 90 days, you won't be ranked 9. You won't be ranked 9 in the next 90 days. Someone eventually will. Our record is 5 months to rank 9. So you can get there quickly. And someone one day will prove me wrong and get there in 90 days. But it's unlikely to be you statistically. What it generally takes is 19 months. That's 2 years. Would you be willing to work for 2 years if you knew you could have a holiday only the wealthy go on every year for the rest of your life? All right, I'm going to remind you of that when you call into client service to cancel, okay? I'm going to remind you, because you're going to talk to your 10 closest friends. They're all going to tell you it's a pyramid scheme. You're going to believe them despite everything that factually says it isn't. And you're going to call in and cancel. And you know what they will have done? They will have robbed you of your future. That's all they will have done. And you will have said yes to it. All right. That's a quarter of the way through the program. A third of the way through the program, we give you the first of 4 cars in our training program. It's your car. It's not rented from us or financed from us. We don't brand it. And we don't take it away from you if your production drops off. It's your car. It's 250,000 rand, so it's not amazing. But there are 3 other cars in there. The third of the 4 is already at 3 million rand. For the car. How many of you can even think of a car that's worth 3 million rand? It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. So you can go and see videos on those other 2 cars. We haven't revealed yet the 4th car. It's a lot more than 3 million rand. But we've revealed 3 of our cars that are in the training program. This is the first one. Rank 11 generally takes about 2.5 years. Imagine if 2.5 years from now, you got a free car. Would that be good for you? Yeah, I think it would be good for you. Is it worth it? Yeah, all right. I'm just making note. We have got this all on camera, so we will know who you are when you call in to tell us you can't get it to work. We know that Dewpoint works because we've got over 110,000 people making it work already. So don't say to yourself you can't do this, because of course you can. Everybody is doing Dewpoint at the moment. I'm sure you've even seen us on TV. I had a few interviews. We had an interview on ETV the other day. I got one coming up on CakeNet. coming up. You know, this is actually happening. You just can choose to be on or just watch us pass you by. You're going to choose what to do. This, of course, carries on to rank 28, is currently what our training program is mapped up to. So you got the next 15 years of your life mapped out. Next 15 years at least, mapped out of a world of wealth with us here at DewPoint. Right up front, though, we can get you cracking with our Achievers Quest. Our Achievers Quest is really just to get you up and running, get the cash on your table, and to support you as you grow in the lower ranks. Although some of our more senior rank guys still use this thing like crazy. I'm going to have to shut it down for them. Hey? What it says is put 10, 20, or 30 people into your channel in any given month, and make sure they pay in the same month. And we will boost your returns and your rewards by an additional 5, 10, or 15,000 Rand. This is a good way to get yourself to replace your own income, wherever you might be getting it at the moment, immediately. Can also support you in supplementing your income as your returns grow from naught upwards. You know, you might be getting 1,000 Rand a month on your returns. That's not going to be covering your bills. But if you can supplement it with an extra 10, now you're getting 11,000 Rand up front. It's a nice and easy, quick way to get the food on the table and the roof over the head with DewPoint. It's your transitionary quest to get you up and running with us. Our Achievers Quest is available to you for as long as you're with us. There is no time limit on it. Every month that you perform the task successfully, you are paid. And you will see the list of achievers a little bit later this morning. It's going to cost you 249 Rand a month to be with us. If you take our life insurance and you're young, I think it's like 28, single, female, non-smoker, then you can get it for about 220 Rand a month. So it's pretty good. But for 99% of you, it's going to be 249 Rand a month. 249 Rand a month. Less than a bottle of oil from Spar. And I think I put on the Expeditors group the other day, I was at McDonald's with my son, just the two of us, and we both ordered a McDonald's meal. It's our annual, my son and I love McDonald's, but we only go once a year. And it's our annual, and we went there, and we get, like the two of us are bouncing in the queue. You know when the drugs are so good that before you get them, you're like, yeah. I sent a video to my wife, I'm like, son and I, this is anticipation of our shot of McDonald's, you know. And I bought the two meals, it was 202 Rand. For two people to eat at McDonald's. Don't tell me you don't have 249 Rand. And yes, you have to pay it every month. Why? Because you'd like to be paid every month, wouldn't you? That's what we're building here, is the every month. So make sure you find your 249. How many people does it take at DewPoint to cover the cost of that 249? Remember, you're getting 55 Rand? So you need 5 people. 5 connections that have paid, and you're earning 275. We take 249 out, and we put 275 in every month. So find 5 people now. Many of our successful wealth engineers did it in their first month and have effectively never paid to be part of DewPoint. They never paid because we took the 249 out and we put more back in. So they never paid. It's in your hands how you succeed at DewPoint. It's not in ours. Do not tell people the DewPoint system doesn't work. It works. It's whether you decide to use it. That's what's going to. Now, you've got another choice. We're going to look at it a little later. You can take one of our products as well, and then you just pay the product. You don't pay the 249. You pay either or. You either pay 249 just to be a wealth engineer, or you pay your product, and then you get to be a wealth engineer and have a product with us. Okay, so we'll look at that a little bit later. For the 249, not only will you be a wealth engineer and get all the systems, people, technology support of the system, but we're going to give you 3 services as well that you can use after your first payment immediately with us. Medical, doctors and nurses, specialists, pediatricians, geriatric doctors, everything online 24 hours a day, anywhere in the nation for you to assist you with any of your medical issues. We've got legal access, which is lawyers 24 hours a day across the nation to help you with all sorts of things. Just simply dial out of our app and they'll be there to help you. It's a wonderful service. I think I mentioned I did a TeamWorks meeting, which is a training with a private team a while ago, and one of the guys said that in 1 month these services saved him 18,000 Rand. So if you're paying 249 and you get 18,000 Rands worth of services, I think you made your money back. Okay? Again, do not tell the person who brought you here you can't afford 249. The value is absolutely insane. And then if you have a motor vehicle and you register it in our app, you get our Road and Home Assist, which is all the breakdown and emergency services. So if there's an emergency in your house, the plumbing has burst and it's flooding and your geyser is exploding in the ceiling and stuff, they'll come out and help you. And I think they cover there for the first hour of labor and a bunch of parts. Not all the parts, but a bunch of parts. Like you get all of that for $249. All of that. As well as for your car, if you break down on the side of the road, they'll give you some towing and assistance, all included in your 249 Rand. So super, super value. So let's quickly summarize. What are we here for? DewPoint's primary objective is asset-based recurring monthly income in rands and cents into your bank account, not in crypto, not in Forex, not in shares, none of which have made any of you any money. Okay, in real rands and cents, okay, in your bank account that you built and earned yourself. We got the cash quests and rewards to get you up and running straight away. We're going to give you the holidays. We're going to give you the cars, all the things you've seen online with other things. The only difference is we've actually delivered them. Go and see the delivery of them on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Legal, medical, and our road and home assist services you get, and what we think is a world-class training program, our XP Rewards training program. You get all of that for your 249 Rand a month. That's what you're getting this morning. Otherwise, pick a product. Any one of our products. You can go through it, and you'll pay the product premium, not the 249. You only pay one or the other, okay? Once you've done the application form, you'll see it'll stop you after becoming a wealth engineer, and it'll say, here's your next 3 steps. Step number 3 is upgrade to a product. If you want to get funeral cover, tax-free investments, life insurance, medical cover, mechanical warranties, whatever it is that you want, select one of those, and you'll pay just that premium, and you'll get everything that I just explained to you. You'll get to be a wealth engineer, you'll get the 3 services, you'll get all of that included in your product price. Okay, fantastic. Everything is underwritten by the major insurers in South Africa. I'm hoping to bring a third one on quite shortly. Constantia, Santam, Sanlam, you heard of them? Yeah, their products are what you'll purchase on our platform. You know who you're dealing with, proper financial services contracts that stand before South African law. That's what you get with us at DewPoint. So it's decision time for you this morning. If you want to be a wealth engineer with us, super simple. You're going to talk to the person who connected you here this morning, and they will help you fill out the application form and get cracking as part of their team. Alternatively, jump onto our website, dewpoint.net, and fill out the application form. Within a few minutes, you'll be a wealth engineer, not a single cent having departed from your pockets, and you're live and running. You can get started immediately. Once you've done that, download our app. We'll send you the login credentials. The app is free. Put it on your phone. It's your number one tool with us. Log in and do the training. How do you do the training? Once you've logged in, click on Tools, and it opens up in Getting Started. And you just watch the videos. There's about 5 or 6 videos. Once you've watched those videos, you'll know how to do DewPoint. Go and do the Getting Started section, and once you're finished, you'll realize 3 connections, 3 paid people, and you're earning at DewPoint. Get 3 in, you're earning. Get 5 in, and you're earning more than the 249 you're paying. See what I'm saying? That's how simple it is. It is the simplest system in the country. And what are you going to be telling people? About our wealth creation, our income generation. Did you see how long I took on the products? Did any of you even see all the names? Can you even remember them? No, because they're not important. Whose job are the products? It's my job, not yours. So do not lead with products. Don't go to people and say, oh, I've got this corporate. He's a friend of mine. He owns a whole business. I'm going to sell him my funeral plan. No, you're not going to sell him. In fact, we contract you out of it. You're going to lead by going to each individual and telling them about a tool that can create a change in their financial future. And then you're going to play them this video. That's what you're going to do. That's all you're going to do. We've got all the tools you want. Rob always says the difference between amateurs and professionals is that professionals have the tools. Get the tools. These are going to help for you to justify the business, to start conversations, all of that sort of thing. USB sticks, got a load of introduction presentations, training, etc. that allows you to show people DewPoint without connecting to the internet. Can be useful. Okay? You can buy all of these things outside here at reception, but if you're around the country, jump onto our website, dewpoint.net, click Store. I think it's next to the About button at the top. It'll open up into the store. There's loads of things, more than I've got on the screen. You can order them, and we'll have them delivered to you. The rest of you here can just buy them across the counter right now afterwards. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is DewPoint. I hope that those of you who are guests here this morning now have a clearer understanding of what DewPoint is, and will be able to appreciate more the recognition that we're going to see in a few minutes. For the rest of you, if you've got questions, you can ask me afterwards. But for those of you online, Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night at 6:30, we do an introduction presentation with a live Q&A where we can answer any of your questions. We do, however, ask you to go and watch the training videos first, spend some time on our YouTube and Facebook channel because that'll probably answer your questions. If it hasn't after that, come and ask us on a Tuesday night and we'll answer all of your questions for you. But right now, it's time to recognize those who've seen the light, have heard the good news, and have started building wealth with us and have done so fantastically in the month of April.
All right, good morning, everyone. Sherbet, I don't think I've seen this auditorium this packed since before lockdown, I think, right? We should be so privileged to be able to get together. So a huge thank you for making it out, and welcome to everyone, as Brendan said, online. We usually have about 200, 250 people watching us online, the way of the future, right? So I appreciate everyone's attendance. I still see there's always the naughty kids at the back, and it doesn't matter if there's 20 people here or 140, those two are always at the back, right? You get those kind of people, right? It's the Portuguese at the back there. The Ferreiras from Alberton. So this morning is what we call Super Saturday. Super Saturday is something we do at the end of every single month. It is a day where we have an intro presentation as normal. That is our lifeblood here at Dewpoint. So thank you for Brendan for sharing all the information about Dewpoint this morning. But something that's a little bit more important this morning is recognition. Here at Dewpoint, we don't give out trophies for participation. Right? Maybe your kids at a school where they get participation trophies. That just strips you of all dignity. Bertus, did you ever get a participation trophy? Just for pitching up. A trophy just for pitching up. I don't think so. I don't think so. So here at Dewpoint, what we do is give you recognition when you are performing. And if you're performing here at Dewpoint, it means you're making money. You're building an asset that pays you out every single month. And so that's what Super Saturday is all about. We're going to be looking at all the individuals in the last month. So these are just individuals in the last 30 days whose performance have attributed to some form of reward or payment, and we're going to be recognizing those people. And then we've got a nice big rank up this morning, so someone who's getting a lot closer to rank 9. We're going to be chatting to her, and then always a huge thank you to the people who come from far to come visit us. We've got Gerrit, who's come all the way from where exactly, Gerrit? Port Elizabeth. I said to Gerrit this morning, you in Joburg for what? For business? No, to come visit Dewpoint. I was like, thanks. Make him another coffee this morning. And if you drive, did you drive, Gerrit? Oh, okay, yeah. See, you can't afford all those potholes. Between PE and there must be a lot of potholes. So. All right, so we're going to start off this morning with our rank ups. So these people are all one step closer to whatever rank they are trying to get to. I think most of us try to get to rank 9 as quickly as possible. That's the first big one we want to get to. There's a lot of checks along the way, so a lot of money along the way. But our new rank 1s are individuals who are they're now on the field, right? If there's a game of XP rewards, at rank 1, you're on the field, and now you're going. If you can get to rank 1, you literally can get to any rank. So congratulations to, and this is always fun for me. You see those names. You see the names. That's the Xhosa names. Those are the tongue twisters. So I've got some beautiful Xhosa names coming up. We're going to try them together. So congratulations to Blikkies Blighnout. We've got Bongi Nkosi Dlamini, Botlaleng, Seshwane, Daniel Mampete, Delphina Mabota, Johannes Letwaba, JP Duprier, Marion Kuta. Mary! So Mary sitting in front, you'll see a nice picture of her with her check because she's also one of the achievers. Mary is 95 in 2 months. And I think, Mary, your granddaughter brought you today. Your daughter or your granddaughter? Oh, is it? You must know when your daughter's 70-something. And your granddaughter is 60-something, right? So Mary's done extremely well in the last month. As I said, she's one of the Achiever Quest Czech conquerors. At 95, still making it happen, still hungry, still excited to come do things. Absolute inspiration. So well done, Mary. Mchati Malachi. Machachi Malachi. I like that. That's a nice ring to it. Meshek Mtongo. And then we have one Zwandile Zwane Ngwako Lepota. Sorry, Brits. Sempiwe Changase. Then we've got Sipiwe Ingisisa. Sekalelo. There we go. Well done. Our rank 2 wealth engineers. We've got 3 rank 2 wealth engineers. They're a whole lot closer to rank 9. I think Gloria, Jane says she's adopted you as her African mama. Hey, do you even know about that? Do you know about that? Jane loves Gloria too much. So Gloria Mzamo, JP Viviers, and Randall Tole. Congratulations, guys. Rank 2s. Then we got a rank 4, Anel Kirsten. So this is a wonderful story because Anel isn't involved in the business. I didn't listen too much to Brendan's presentation, but I'm sure, because I've heard it many times, but I'm sure he spoke to you about the power of creating recurring income that's asset-based, right? And why that's so important. For you to understand what that actually means is the crux of this business. If you don't understand the value of the ability to create income by an asset, then you don't understand what DewPoint's trying to do, right? And this is a demonstration of this perfectly, because Anel's not even in the country. She's not doing DewPoint. She's got a channel that exists, so she's got the asset that exists, but she's on contract in Canada doing business. She hasn't done DewPoint for 2 years, 3 years. She's ranked up anyway. Why? Because she's got a channel doing business. And DewPoint pays her every single month. And when she comes back to South Africa, then she has the liberty to carry on growing her channel. That's the power of having an asset paying you income every single month. You have to grasp that concept, right? Because that is the benefit here at DewPoint. So well done, Anel. I don't know, do I even say well done to Anel? I shouldn't really, yeah. She's probably not even watching. Probably doesn't even know she ranked up. She just gets that money put into her South African bank account every single month. And then we have Petunia Meso, who is just... flying through the ranks at the moment. Flying every single month. Rank 4 last month. Rank 5 this month. Missed rank 6 by a handful. So we can have a little chat to Petunia. Look, there's her photo. That's what you get when you get to rank. When you get to rank 5, that's one of the checks that you get. And when you're doing as much business as Petunia, you get a lot more checks. So it's been a big month for you. Right? Wonderful. Come join me on stage, Petunia. Let's just hear a little bit. So you can hear Petunia's got lots of support. I don't know what poo 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 means, but it sounds good.
I didn't hear it though. I didn't hear that.
Oh, it's poo poo money. Ching ching. Ching ching. I only know the money song from Pink Floyd. That's a good song. I don't think Pink Floyd's going to make a poo 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 song. But you can always be hopeful. All right, Petunia, so when did you join? Remind me when you started this business, because I remember speaking to you, was it the year before last? And you told me your story, you're a mom, you've got kids, you have aspirations, and then I think you were very active in the business, and then you kind of, I don't want to say disappeared, but you took your foot off the gas, so to speak. But then in November, What happened in November? Because in November you went crazy. Is it because you hated your boss even more in November and you just, there was more motivation? What changed for you? What's this journey been like for you?
I actually joined in March 2020. What changed for me, it was, I don't see him. Where's Patrick Lituli?
He's
Okay.
doing business
So
outside.
he's actually one of my motivation. My father in the business. I remember he gave me a call actually. He's the only person I have very serious conversation with. You know, with Pumi, we always fun. She calls me every day. So her husband actually called me, Patrick Lituli. He was like, you know what, my daughter, I've seen so much potential because ever since you joined the business, you actually got your checks every single month for 6 months. So I know it's still with you. I know it's still within you. And as a mother, I know you're going through some rough patch right now, but I believe that you can still do it. And I was like, okay, fine. I don't have a father, and this man, he believes so much in me because as a little girl, you'd always want that father to hold your hand and say, it's okay, my daughter, you can do it. It's okay, it's fine, you're going through this. It's okay, it's gonna pass. So he actually took it. I was so shocked and like, okay, let me listen to this man. What does he really have to say? So he really motivated me. That call really changed my life. Then he just said, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I believe that I'm that kind of a person. I always learn, no matter what. I listened, I learned, and I took everything he said very serious. Then I just had to dust myself.
I
and
think
keep
they call
moving.
it being teachable. Have you heard that
Yes,
phrase? When
yes.
someone's teachable.
Yeah.
Don't all nod, you're not all teachable. Some of you think you know what you're doing. Some of them you all know too well.
Yeah.
So let this be a teachable moment, right?
Yeah.
If you can be humble in the advice that you get from somebody else, it goes a long way just to go, okay, let me just listen to this person and try it at least, right? And
Yeah.
learn from it. So that happened in November for you.
He actually called me in October.
Okay.
Because remember, in November, that's when you saw, I think I introduced about 30 people. So we actually started talking, I think it was October. It was around October. Yeah, that's when he said, I will never give
And
up
we
on
thought
you.
that was a lot. So Petunia
Yeah, that was-
connected
yeah.
30 people late last year, and then last month she connected 96.
Yeah.
So absolutely awesome. Now, this last month has been particularly big because you got the 15,000 Rand check. You'll see later
Yeah.
she got an additional 15,000 Rand check plus what her asset is paying her in the middle of the month. So it's been a big month for you. You told your boss to, what's the word? Humba. You told the boss. How many of you want to tell the boss? Just go. You're sitting next to your boss, Nick. I wouldn't be so brave.
Yeah.
What has this last month been like, getting paid so much?
Yo.
What did your husband say, first of all?
He was so happy. You know, I remember walking in a mall. I was calling people. I was like, you know, I feel rich. I remember there was this lady, I went to Woolworths to buy winter clothes for our kids. And I was like, okay, fine. I bought everything. Then I went back again. She was like, yo, I think I'm seeing you for the 5th time now. Because it was sinking in. And I felt like, you know what, this is an opportunity to also thank my kids because they've always been patient. We have our presentations every single day in our team. We have more than 100 people. I'll tell them, shh, baby, don't make noise. Don't make noise. Mommy's an immediate team. So I had to also thank them for being so patient with me and understanding that, you know what, mommy needs to put this on the table for you. So
Yeah.
it was so great, and I counted my checks from January to now. I made 70,000 with the checks, actually. 70,000.
Yeah, I think as a parent, it's probably something you wrestle with constantly, is taking time away from your children.
Yes.
So,
So you
it's
have to give
it's
back.
You know, maybe something extra, not just clothes.
No. I'm fighting for rank 9, and I want to take
If
them
you're a young kid,
wherever
you
we're
get
going.
excited by clothes.
Yeah.
No, take a toy. Toys, games, maybe an app, a cell phone. That's what your kids want.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
They're breaking them all the time, though.
Okay, awesome. So where to next? I know you've told me once or twice in the last month, you're going to get to rank 9 by the end of the year.
Yes.
So that's the goal.
Yeah, that's my goal. Rank 9 is my goal. I can't miss this trip again.
And Pumi's nodding like she's like, yeah. She doesn't have a choice. She doesn't have a choice.
Yeah.
And what's it like not having to go to work anymore?
Ooh, it feels so great. I wake up whenever I feel like waking up because you know with this business, I can even run it inside my blankets. I don't have to get up when it's too cold. So it feels so great, like waking up and doing it over the phone. I don't even have to set an alarm. I can't remember when I think it was only today because I have to come to the office. But goodbye, alarm.
You get to sleep in.
Yes, sleep peacefully. So it has been great. This business, it's the best actually. It's the best rewarding. And I always tell my team that, you know what, it can put you 5 years ahead in life. For me, it put me 30 years. Imagine when I was going to retire actually from work. I'm not even 30. So comfortably retired. My income, it already covered my salary, the one that I was working every day for. Now I've covered it. I'm comfortable. I'm happy.
So imagine if you carry on working, putting in the same amount of activity, when you get to Mary's age, what you're going to be doing when you're Mary's age?
I don't know. I think I'll be.
Sitting in the front row, maybe coming onto stage,
Yes, I was telling
shouting
Thomas.
at the young people.
I was telling Thomas that, you know what, I think I'll be having coffee in Cape Town, then come back, fly back.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
so move to Cape Town. Nice.
Yes, just wake up and go to Durban and come back.
There we go. Jet setting. Jet
Yeah.
setting. In your private plane.
Yes.
Absolutely awesome. So it's been wonderful to see your success. May it carry on for a long time. And thanks for your commitment because you serve as an inspiration to many people, right? One, you inspire people. Two, you can demonstrate to people how this business works because people
Yeah.
want to see that. You want to see someone doing it, you know, to the extent where you'll even have the naysayers. I remember when we first started this business, we had someone come up accusing us of using actors on stage.
Oh.
I just patted them on the shoulder. I said, yes, they're all actors. Okay, see you around.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
So
And
well
I would-
done. Thanks, Petunia.
And I would like to thank my team for the support. You know, I wouldn't have done it without them. They're always behind. You can hear them. They're always behind. So thank you so much. Thank you, Pumi. Thank you, Mr. Lituli, Patrick, and thank you so much. Thank you,
Absolutely
Jupoint.
awesome. Thank you. Absolutely inspiring. Awesome. 95. Mary, is your age. Who knows what Petunia will be doing?
Hi, my name is
ooh,
Petunia
our
Miso
testimony
from
videos.
East
Let's have a
of
listen.
Joburg.
My name is Gloria Mzamo from Ekurhuleni, Alberton in Gauteng.
My name is Blakis and I'm from Palaborwa in Limpopo province.
My name is Johannes Ikafen Letwawa. I'm from Pretoria.
My name is Magule Pota. I'm from Pretoria.
I am Mary Guta from Madadena class KZN.
Hi, my name is Dolphina Mabota. I'm from the Eastern Cape in Dispatch.
I'm a teacher by profession.
I'm an asset management consultant.
I work in the retail industry.
I'm currently working as a site manager.
I'm a pensioner.
I'm currently working for SARS as a legal collector.
And I'm a qualified wealth generator at Jupoint.
Jupoint is an exciting and amazing addition to my life. We receive great support and free training to help us develop our business and ourselves further.
What I love about Jupoint is the fact that we are offered an opportunity to build a career in a different way.
What I like about Viewpoint is that it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You really have to do something yourself.
What most I like about Jupoint is that they offer you an asset-based recurring income.
And also, when I'm gone, my children will inherit from what I'm earning from Jupoint.
Where will you get a company that will employ pensioners these days? But Jupoint gave me an opportunity to create income at an age well over 90.
What I love about Jupoint is the recurring income and the fact that it's an inheritable business that I will be able to leave for my kids when I die.
Jupoint promises, Jupoint deliver.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thank you.
So always nice to get testimonies from around the country. Not everyone lives in Joburg. So we're nice to hear from everyone around South Africa. Our early achievers, so Brendan mentioned to you our Achiever Quest that's available every single month, and that's just opportunity to pay yourself a little bit more. It's a wonderful opportunity for brand new people, because while you're still building your asset starts at 0, right? You just connect 5 people in your first month and you're able to earn 1,000 Rand. And if you want to be like Petunia and connect 100 people, you can do that and earn an extra 15,000. That could be your first month in the business. So really, the Achiever Quest checks really allow people to bump up their returns every single month. So well done to Botleleng, Seshwane, Gloria Mzamo, Bongi Nkosi Dlamini, Daniel Mpete, Xola Mzamo, related. Gloria's son, Xola. JP Dupriya, Mary Nkuta again. Well done, Mary. Right? Not just being here. Mary's not getting the participation awards. Doing things, right? Doing things. Building a business. Well done. Meshek and Tongo and one Zwandile Zwane. So congratulations to you guys. Extra 1,000 Rand being paid out to you. There they received their checks already. Zola doesn't look so happy. He's looking very flash. Look at him. He looks like a security. So well done to you guys. And there you can see everyone with their checks. There's Mary with her check. So well done to you guys. Then Achiever level 1 is 5,000 Rand. Nelesiwe, where are you, Nelesiwe? Put your hand up. Oh, she's not here today. Okay, right. She wasn't able to join us today. So congratulations to her. And then Patrick and Pumi, the stalwarts in the business. You came up to speak to Brendan about rank 9, right? I saw you on stage, like, why put me on stage? Brendan decided to surprise you. So Achievers level 2, it's a 10,000 Rand check on top of your monthly earnings. And there they are. How many pictures must there be of the two of you in the last 6 years with checks and trophies and all of that? So absolute well done. And yeah, just a demonstration of the service that you provide within DewPoint. And if you haven't realized, DewPoint's about helping people. If you haven't realized that yet. And so massive fulfillment that comes from that. To have someone say to you, thank you for helping me, is very fulfilling. So well done, Pat and Pumi. And then Petunia, an extra 15,000. So we saw the 15,000, we saw the 10,000. She's earning her monthly return as well. And look at that, another lovely photo of Petunia with a 15,000 Rand check. And you can do this every single month. Petunia can earn an extra 15,000 every single month if she wants to, by connecting people. And if she's connecting 100 people every single month, it means her channel is growing every single month. If her channel's growing every single month, it means her asset is getting bigger. If the asset's getting bigger, she's earning more every single month. You've liberty to give yourself a raise every single month in this business. That is a foreign concept to the majority of us, a raise every single month. Who gets a raise every single month? Nobody. That's why Petunia told the boss. All right, then we have our Argonauts Club. So we recognize everyone who's made Argonauts. Argonauts is really just a club for the fastest builders in the business. And it's not a huge stretch by any means. The requirement to get into the Argonauts Club is only 5 connections a month, right, on average. So if you roll that over for 3 months, 5 new people into your business every single month onto your first point, then you get invited to join us in Argonauts Club. Argonauts Club serves to really just have a pool of the fastest growers in the business so that we can share ideas. We get them to record a lot of their testimonies that we share with the rest of our business. It's almost like being in the A-team, where you go through rugby practice in the week and then you hope your name's on the board for the game on Saturday, right? And so this is most certainly the A-team, and these guys are really pushing at building the business. So let's recognize, I think, the new people. How has Jane highlighted this? Because Beverly, you're not a new person, but you missed 1 month, right? I think that's why it's throwing me off. So we can say Bev's a new person again, because she's back in the A-team. Well done, Bev. So congratulations to Alza and Beverly and Bungani. And we've got Joyce and Lillian who have joined us in Argonauts. Well done to you guys. I think the club's about 30 people. Ngwako, Nick and Shani van Tonda pushing super hard. Nomtundazo. How do you say that surname? Kleber. Hey, I'm learning. Now look at that next name, people. Look at that next name. Anna just say Tando. Just say Tando. Don't even try. I'm going to try though. Ntando Katiko. Guane. So congratulations to our Argonauts. I think we've got one more, Chanel Ruvenhorst. And this is a young lady we met on Thursday. Let me tell you, this young lady had an opinion. I'm always amazed by young people who come into this business. Because I remember when I was young, I didn't know anything. At 18, I didn't know anything. I wasn't going to stand up in front of all these mature adults that are like my parents' age and tell them what I think. But Chanel is not shy, let me tell you. So congratulations to Chanel. Absolutely awesome. And to the rest of the Argonauts, well done to you guys. And for those of you who are not an Argonaut, come join the club. You know, rugby A team's limited to 15 players. We don't have a limit at Argonauts Club. Can all be in the Argonauts Club. All be in the Argonauts Club. And it's going to serve your business well, I promise you. So, thank you to everyone who has made it out this morning. It's wonderful to see a room full of people again. Thank you for joining us on our live stream, and congratulations to all those people that are growing their businesses, right? Be part of Super Saturday. Mary, thank you for coming out. Thank you for serving to be an inspiration to many of us. Many of us. We are busy every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Like I said, intro presentations, that introductory proposition that we do 4 times a week. That is Dewpoint's lifeblood. That is your opportunity just to connect people to Dewpoint. When Brendan says connect people to Dewpoint, he doesn't mean you've got to stand up on stage and explain it. Brendan and myself do that for you, right? You've just got to get that person to come sit down and just watch, whether it's from home or here at head office. Do that. And there's 4 opportunities every single week for you to do that in a live environment. And it's not about coercing someone to come look at this thing. It's about offering a hand of help to somebody. If you can adopt this mindset of serving people, you'll do well in this business. It's not about coercing people into this business and hoping they're going to join. It's about, honestly, your hand on your heart, trying to offer people help. Because that's really what Dewpoint tries to do. And I know Brendan can be a bit abrasive when he talks to you. No jobs in 10 years, you're all going to be unemployed. Right? When we had our website designed, I'll tell you the story, hopefully he's not watching. When we had our new website designed, we had these young designers, a design agency, a brand new design agency, nice, young, enthusiastic designers that helped us on the website. And when they were introduced to our business, I asked them, go look at the intro presentations, look at how we interact and engage with the audiences and that type of thing. And they all watched this intro presentation. The copywriter said to me, when I watched Brendan's presentation, I felt like I was in trouble. It's like you were in trouble. But Brendan is passionate about this business. He founded this business. This was his idea. This is what he wanted to do. And it's not because he wanted to start a business and become profitable. He wanted to do something within this country that he loves so much and create impact. If you speak to Brendan, that's his ultimate goal, is to have impact. He doesn't just want to live this life like so many of us do, right? We come out of school, we get a job, and we're just trying to survive. That's the majority of South Africans, just trying to survive. Brendan's ultimate goal, along with every single one of you, is to have impact. And so when I say if you can approach other people with a serving mindset, think about the impact that you create. Think about the impact Patrick had on Petunia's life. You know, very easily, October last year, she could have just faded into the background and done nothing. But it changed because Patrick was there to help her, to lift her up. And so go out there this week with a smile on your face, hope in your heart, conviction in this business, and people will see that in you. They'll see that in you. So have a wonderful week. Join us again on Tuesday, our next live intro presentation, and I hope to see many of you many, many more days into the future. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you.